This is Hardy Brute, and today I'm going to be playing Icoptic Journey. Now, this is a physics-based timing and reaction game, where speed is everything, mainly keeping your momentum going. Now, there's 30 levels total, and there is a timer so you can speedrun, replay levels, try to get your best time, but I think just getting to the end is a challenge enough. You can interact with all the pink objects in the world. The orbs you can hang onto and grapple like Spider-Man. And you're trying to reach the big floating orb. So that was the first level. Getting the right angle, the right position, can be incredibly hard. But it feels pretty good when you actually get it. The object you hold that interacts with the world actually spins based on how fast you're going, so it is an indicator of your speed. And at least some of the levels, you can play them a bit different than they expect you to. But for most of these levels, I probably died a bunch of times trying to get it to work. So let's gain some speed. You can see the speed based on how fast it spins. So we want some big momentum going. So we had some good speed going towards the ground there. But hopefully this is enough. It's a lot easier to break the times the next time you play the level, after you sort of know what you're doing, and you've practiced quite a bit. So let's go on to level 4. This one's interesting because the orbs are rotating in opposite directions. So it's going to the left, and then it's going to the right. And you kind of want to grab the edge, so you can get the biggest whip around. And gain the speed from the rotation as well. So we were not going to make it there, we weren't fast enough. Now let's give it another chance. Use the rotation force. Push us inside. And on to level 5. Sometimes the angles can be misleading. It would almost look like you'd bounce back and forth very rapidly, but we get these big bounces here. Lots of choices to grapple onto, but usually the one in the back guarantees you'll actually get there. And as long as we maintain this speed, we'll actually reach the end. Because it's really easy to go too high, too low, and sort of waste the momentum. But this level was pretty tricky to figure out at first. Bounce to the right, bounce to the back. And you gotta be fast enough to reach this platform. Otherwise you'll just never make it. But once you get to the platform, the rest of it's pretty easy. Yeah, the angles on these blocks are very specific. If you hit at the top right here, you'll always make it to the next one. But if you try to go very quickly, do it all in one go, one little miscalculation will easily send you off to your death. So I tried it a number of times to make it in one go, but the slow and steady was what worked best. I was glad there was enough speed and momentum to reach platform to platform. Otherwise this level would have been a gigantic headache, because typically you get 2 to 3 platforms up, then your angle would be slightly off, and you'd fall to your death. Over and over. But I'm sure if I replayed this level, I could do better than the first time I tried it. Because even playing the later levels, some of the puzzles and tricks they make you do make the stuff in the early levels pretty simple. In general, it took a long time to learn when to let go of the orbs as well. Let go at the right angle so you maintain your speed, and you don't get too much height. And even then we just barely make it. But if you kind of cheese this level, it's really not that bad. Platforms side to side. Every time you hit an object, you seem to maintain and grow your speed, but there is a limit to how fast you can go. I really like the layout of this level. It was very circular and connected. It was also the only level that I beat on the very first try. And even then, we barely beat it. And this level has a lot of platforms, a lot of things going on. But I have no idea what you're actually supposed to do in this level. Because the very first thing I tried to do was to cheese it from orb to orb. And it actually worked. So we destroyed the time requirement on that one. Level 10 was pretty fun. Because there's actually 4 different ways you can go. It's a pyramid in the middle. And all of it's connected. So it doesn't matter if you go left, right, or forwards. You can still get to the middle here, no matter what you choose. And this level was also very forgiving, and was very hard to die in. So you can kind of experiment and play around, till you figured out what you're supposed to do. Every 5 levels it changes to a new location, and a new spaghetti monster. This level you could also go left or right, it's identical. In getting the right angles, there was lots of platforms to choose from, so it was pretty fun. This part was the hardest, getting the speed to go all the way to the end though. Level 12 was a bit shy, because they had these gigantic walls, and you really had no idea what was on the other side. So as you progressed, you kind of just hoped there was to be an orb, but suddenly there's a platform. And a secret second platform. You can also only place 2 bouncing colors on the ground before there's a short cooldown. So if you miss fire, you can definitely screw yourself. We get some massive speed in this level. Maintain the height, maintain the speed. We're supposed to use those orbs there, but we just are going so fast. It was definitely one of the funnest levels. Level 14, once again you can go left or right. Bounce from left to right. Use the orbs to maintain a little bit of speed. Honestly, I'm not sure why the orbs are here in the middle. Because you can just bypass left and right completely. So they should have spaced the orbs further apart, or made the walls easier like these walls here. But I still enjoyed this level. Get quite a bit of speed in it. And this is the wall. Level 15, halfway through the game. This first part is a bit frustrating, but doable. But that's not the tricky part. If you have enough speed, you should go above. If you're gonna redo it to go a bit slower, like we're gonna do here, then you take the lower angle. But the wall there is just a bit too big. Hitting this, now we have to go back and forth, and there are no orbs. And the angles on the platforms here are terrible. But we're just so close to that orb. So let's try it one more time. Even this first jump is a little bit tricky. Getting enough speed to get this platform. But you can barely whip around to the top. Slam down the middle. But the angle kind of pushes you too far right, too far left. And the wall destroys us. Well, I hope you enjoyed. It's about halfway through the game. If you'd like to see more, let me know. I can't guarantee that I'll actually beat it, but I feel like we're pretty close. So I'll see you later.